Next guy come to the stage, one of my favorite guys. I've seen him perform. Is working his way up in the comedy scene in New York. Give it up for Mr. Jason Ring, everybody. Clap it up for Jason Ring.
Thank you. I'm going to put this here if that's okay. Thank you, everybody. Give it up one more time for Emily. That girl successfully destroyed every straight man's image that girls don't poop. So, it's all done. It's all gone now. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Queens. I moved to Jackson Heights. Gotta represent. I moved to Florida, raised my whole life there, moved back about 2 years ago. So I'm starting to experience New York kind of as a real New Yorker. Some fun experiences, some awkward experiences. The awkward ones are more fun, so join me, if you will, on this journey. A couple months ago, about a year ago. So I just moved to Hell's Kitchen, but about a year ago I lived in Harlem. And I had a guy that was about 4 blocks north of me, and we were hooking up. Spoiler alert, I'm a huge mo. Sorry, let's get it out there right now. Sorry. So we're hooking up, and he's texting me one night, and he's like, hey, you want to come over? It's like the only reason I'm texting you, of course I want to come over, of course. So we're going to come over. Now, at this point, him and I had not actually, had sex. We'd only, done a little... For those of you who don't know, that means blowjob. So we don't really hooked up a little bit, had a little fun. But I felt like that night was going to be the night we were going to take it to the next level. So as I learned in the Boy Scouts before they kicked me out, always be prepared. So I needed to make sure if I was going to, do it, I needed to have a condom. But I didn't have any condoms in my apartment, and the only store that was open was the bodega beneath my apartment, and they only took cash, and I only had $5. So you can imagine, what am I gonna do? But here's the beauty of living in New York. So in New York, but especially in Harlem, you can buy one of anything. Of course, the black guy in the front goes a little laughing about it. It's okay. You can buy one beer, one cigarette, one condom. It's great. It's very efficient. So I take my $5, I'm on my way to his apartment, I stop down at the bodega and I go in to buy a condom. Now, in Florida, when you buy condoms, you go to the grocery store, the pharmacy, you put them in your cart, you put bread, you got sunglasses, sorry, buy my condoms. In New York, you don't do that. In New York, you have to go to a bodega and you have to make a public declaration. Excuse me, I'm trying to have sex tonight, is what you have to say. Okay, I guess it's fine. So I go up and he's like, what can I help you? And I'm like, hi, can I have one condom, please? And he's like, oh sure, of course. He goes and gets the condom. And he puts it on the counter. He's like, that'll be $2. So I said, sure. So as I go to give him the money, I look down. It's a Trojan Magnum. You're right to laugh. I'm flattered, to say the least. But then I start to think, okay, well, the condom has to do its job. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember high school, if it falls off, it's not doing its job. So then at that moment, I have to realize that I have to ask for a regular size condom. And to every man in this room, you will understand this is the worst fear you could ever imagine. Excuse me, sir, my penis won't fit in that It's not because I'm too big to be I'm sorry, do you have Magnum? No, it's that the condom is too big. So right as I go to say this, there's of course a giant black man right behind me, who I'm pretty sure the condom would have been better for. And so as I say, I go, excuse me, do you have just a normal condom? A regular? And he's like, oh, that won't work? So that of course draws the attention of the man behind me. It is a counter and one condom. There's no discretion. So he's like, oh, okay, sure, I have another one for you. And he goes back to get to change out the condoms, and I can tell on his face that he's thinking, I can already see it in his eyes. He's like, oh, poor little kid with a small penis. That'll be $1. I am a huge fan of getting a discount for something. But if the reason I paid less is because my penis wasn't big enough, it's one of those moments where you think about your life and go, oh, that's really a shame. So with my ego boosted, I bought the condom and I left. Now everyone's thinking, oh, this isn't that awkward, it happens to everybody. But the irony of the entire evening that I went through all of that, I didn't have sex that night. Yeah, that's right. And that's not even a joke I'm ending on, it's just sad. That's my time, everybody. I'm Jason Ring. Thanks so much.
One more time for Jason, everybody. One more time. Dylan, get that beer. Ending on Sandus. That's my man right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's how comedy's done. I love it.